Hey, it's nice to see everyone. Thank you for being here. Kyle Levermore, I'm the head men's and women's cross country coach here. Unlike Coach Golan, I have not seen the team yet. We are currently moving in. So move-in was started Saturday and ends tomorrow. So I can't tell you what anyone, where anyone's at. I think, summer training went well from what I know, but excited to get started with the team on Thursday.
I know Carissa's time here was before yours, but when she does what she does in France, I mean, does that give a boost to the program? Do you feel that in the program?
Yeah, I think so. I was actually in school the same time as Carissa, the same age as Carissa. So for me, it was cool to see, to be here at this program now and to have, someone like that representing us on the global stage. And obviously, her younger sister Kelsey last year finished her career here. Now is a school record holder in the 800 meters and a second team All-American in that event. So that family I think means a lot to this program. So to see her run well on the global stage, not only for this university, but obviously for women's distance running and distance running in the United States. It's pretty hard to watch that Olympic Games and not be excited about not only what's going on in the sport, but that Mizzou is a part of that.
Does her story kind of work as a way to kind of instill confidence in your team, like heading into the season and what they can accomplish here?
Certainly her story, her last year being what it was, and I think she's talked pretty publicly about that, is a lesson to anyone, no matter what sport you're in, that if you do the work day in and day out and you put the pieces in place to be successful, that it's possible. And I think, Carissa was obviously an incredibly good high school runner, but took herself to a new level here at Mizzou. So it's an inspiration or a source of confidence that it can be done here. It has been done here, and we're going to continue to do that here at Mizzou. But I think the bigger lesson, and for our athletes, none of them know Carissa as a teammate. So I think for that side of it, it's more just an inspiration that Mizzou is on the global scale in this sport, and that's exciting as we head into a cross country season.
When you talk about that cross-country season, obviously you haven't really gotten to see the team a lot, but your first meet's in about 2.5 weeks. So what is practice? What's everything going to look like over these next couple of weeks to really get ready and ramped up for that season?
Yeah, I think the preseason's really a good opportunity for everyone, coaches, athletes, everyone alike, to kind of refresh ourselves on what our processes are, refresh ourselves on what the things that we need to be doing every single day. There's obviously a lot of natural excitement with a new year, and I think campus starts to fill up. We're not that far away from football starting, so a lot of good stuff happening on campus. So I think as coaches, it's our job to kind of keep the emotional energy level and go back to the basics. And I think I was thinking about that, and it's really important for all of us to go into this next 2-week block like we know nothing, with the attention on detail, whether you're a freshman or a fifth year, that you show up the next 2 weeks focused on doing the basic stuff really, really well, and remind yourself what those processes are like, even down to just running in a group. I mean, most of our athletes have been away for the summer not training together. So it's going to be natural that they're going to want to probably go a little bit harder than they've gone on their own. And so just kind of keeping them under control and realizing we got a long way to November.
Talking about the athletes that are specifically here, Nicole, what do you feel like she can grow on from last year?
Yeah, and exciting to have some of those people back. And I think for our returners, Nicole, one of them, but all of them, it's exciting that we have a year with them where I think, unless I find stuff out in the next 3 days, every single person on our roster is healthy. Every single person on our roster is training with more consistency. So, speaking specific to Nicole, those are two things that she needed desperately last summer when she got to us. So I'm excited for her to have a year under her belt. She's running the most consistently she's run in probably a 1.5 or 2 years. And for our whole roster to have, a summer that, last year I was kind of walking in here around this time just getting started. I didn't touch their summer training last year. So for our staff and for our athletes to have continuity, I think that's just going to be huge in our ability to elevate our starting point. Like, our starting point last year was a lot lower than our starting point is now, and a big piece of that is that our staff put together the summer training, not just picking it up 50% of the way there.
You mentioned, but how different does it feel for you now? You obviously mentioned it, but coming into the season, you feel a little bit more settled now.
I'm honestly like as relaxed as I've been in a long time. I didn't have to move. I did almost all the prep work this summer. Obviously, stuff is going to change day to day, but I'm just excited for Thursday because I feel like I'm going to be a little bit busier. So it's a really good feeling. I think, you know, as an assistant coach, you don't always know what your next job might be, and your summers can be a little unpredictable. So for me, entering my second year as a head coach and sixth year coaching, I think this is the second summer in 6 years that I haven't been uncertain. So I'm just really excited to be somewhere and feel like we're, you know, I'm starting from a pretty relaxed and organized place.